to the second part of this webinar. And I want to welcome all the new faces here also. Thank you so much for being part of it. We are, as you know, we're going to have an amazing conversation today with Zainab. She's from Pakistan, and she's an expert on getting hired through Upwork for IT and tech support professionals. So we're just going to jump right into it. Like, we don't waste time during the session. Okay, let me just pull this up. Okay, let's give me a second here. Wait for a few individuals to join the call. Okay. All right, so let's jump right into it. So the last time we had a conversation around getting recruited on normal jobs, how to position yourselves when you are trying to get hired. We had conversations around conversations around how to present yourself to recruiters when you are applying for jobs. We mentioned a couple of powerful points. Um, I believe we all learned a couple of things, but for my end, I'll just say a list of things that I was able to pinpoint from the last section we had. Number one was when you are submitting your CVs, try to apply not generically, but apply with um, adding your specialties to whichever organization you're applying to. Try to streamline your CV to the organization and the position you're applying to. So, for example, let's say you are applying for a 365 engineering job, and you know, you are a basic support officer, and you have some experience with handling 365. You can easily tweak your CV to match that particular organization and what they are looking for. And also remember to do your research of their organization to the best, of your abilities. And when you're applying and they ask questions to you, you wouldn't look lost. And secondly, when you're applying to organizations, always include in your CVs specific things that you have done, whether or not they are projects you've handled in the organization or whether or not they are projects you've done personally. Try to include them in your CVs. What this does is whoever is picking your CV from the list of CVs that have been applied, they can easily see without talking to you. They can easily see that, oh, this individual has done XYZ amount of things. They can see it in your CV, so automatically they pick you out of the crowd. So these are little but significant things that we are seeing in our community that makes it count. Yeah. So finally, if you want to have the full overview of what we did in the last session, of course, we have the video on our YouTube channel. It's easily there because we have a lot of requests and we can't keep sending links for you to download from the drive. So we just basically uploaded it to the YouTube channel. So after the conversation, you can easily just go up there, you can download it from there or just watch from that point. So we're just going to have a quick session. We have a special guest speaker today. She is an expert on Upwork. She is going to discuss with us what it takes to get hired on Upwork. In this day and age, like I always say, IT support is basically shifting to remote support. Even if someone asked a question during the last session and said it's just a simple help desk officer, like, are there opportunities for him in the remote market space? And I said, well, it depends on the organization that you're hiring. It's very limited. If you're looking for organizations that need simple help desk support and they're looking for remote support, there are very few. But if you just have a couple of other skills to it, you can present yourself to all these platforms and definitely you can get something from there. And despite the limitations, you can get something from there. And I also want to mention here that we are building something similar to Upwork for a lot more interesting, and then we'll be announcing that projects in a couple of months to come. Today we'll be talking about freelancing. and why it matters to your career. We'll be talking about platforms that you can apply to, platforms you can engage with that would be uh, beneficial to you and you can get indices from those platforms. We'll be talking about how to apply to those platforms, how to position yourself even as an entry um, level officer or even as a senior level officer and you are looking to switch to a remote role. Once you start on these platforms, they don't see you as at that level. I think um, Zeno will share more light on that. They see you as an entry level, there is zero trust. So we're going to be talking about how to build that trust on this platform. And basically, that is what this session is going to be about. If you have questions during the session, the link will be shared to the chat, so you can just easily ask the questions on the form, and then we'll pick the questions and then we'll ask during the discussion session where we can interact with the audience. So right about now, I'm going to be pulling to the call and then to the end sort of take the purpose.
Hi everyone. I'm Zainab from Pakistan. Basically, in today's session, first of all, I would like to thanks a lot to the team for inviting me as a guest speaker on it. It's really a very, very like pleasant moment for me right now. First of all, let me introduce myself. I'm basically specializing from the last few years in Upwork. Basically, I have been connected through various niches and domains, from various agencies to various freelancers as well. But most of the time, because on Upwork, IT is something like truly hyped up. So I have been associated with various IT agencies, various individual freelancers related to the domain, and all that stuff. So throughout these years, I have been like helping them in managing their profiles. I have like thoroughly deepened researched on how basically Upwork works, how is the algorithm, how you can like literally scale up your business through a single platform. What is the optimization? What are some key factors that are mostly ignored by some of the people or maybe many of the freelancers over there, which can help you like scale up in no time? So that's all from my side, and let's cover it one by one. First of all, let me tell you a brief about how I think what Upwork is. Uh, in very short words, Upwork is definitely a freelancing platform. We all know that there are jobs and we have to apply, but it's something more than that. What I have studied or what I have observed, this is something more than like that, because Upwork is basically an opportunity in a very very you can say scaled up way. Because you in here you know how to be consistent, you know of various aspects that you can even apply to other platforms as well. For example, when it comes to the profile creation, there are certain factors. They, if you know very well on how to like use these strategies on Upwork, you can apply them even many years. You can like even know the basic knowledge of SEO because you know how to optimize your profile, and without optimization on Upwork, your profile is literally nothing. You have to understand the client psychology before understanding that. Without understanding that, you cannot achieve a single project over there. So these things are basically something very basic, and to be very honest, nothing something a rocket science, very easy. But of course there is a strategy, there is something that if you people follow that expert advice before trying to land the jobs over that platform, it will be very easy for you to carry on over there. Okay, so first of all, let me tell you one thing, which I think most of the people misunderstand. On Upwork, if you think clients will go and they will browse randomly, like I want an IT support or I want technical support, no, it's basically they don't you know, search randomly. Whenever you set up your profile, you have to think from client's perspective, that if you are a client, then how will you basically search for the relevant person, for the relevant profile, or for the relevant skill? You definitely will niche down. You have to be like searching the keywords that are directly related to the domain. ID is a single word covering a lot of niches, a lot of domains itself. Like, for example, the profiles which I have been working on, they are on full stack. We have different stacks over there. They are on mobile app development. We have different stacks on there. We have like the latest trending thing, AI integration, AI automations, and many more things on that. So definitely you have to be very specific on your profile. First of all, I would like to emphasize that, because sometimes people are like, we can do this and this, and they want to integrate each and everything over the same profile. No, it's not going to work like that, because Upwork works on algorithm. There is a complete AI system behind that. The team is not like looking each of the profile and positioning everything on their own. No, it's something that they have auto set, and we have to understand how their algorithm works. So first of all, please keep that in your mind, that we have to niche down whenever you go for a profile. Even though if you have various skills, just pick up one in which you are the best, and thoroughly optimize your profile on that. And definitely, if your profile is well aligned with the client's expectation, it's gonna be rocked up. Okay, so without before going to directly how basically I see have like optimizing the profile, first of all, I would like you to know that what clients see in your profile, like how Upwork algorithm picks your profiles up, and how clients basically see up your profiles. Because whenever they post a job, basically within 20 to 50, maybe sometimes too earlier or max within a 24-hour zone, they get like 20 to 50 or maybe 50 plus proposals. They have the option for invitation too, so like they can invite people too. And of course, whenever they sit down to see the replies they have got, they just scan it up. So here is your point. If your profile is very well aligned with the client's expectation, and your hooks in the proposals are very well good, then definitely client is going to pick you up. Otherwise, not every client has that much time that he will like keep hours and hours over there to just checking up all the proposals in details and all that stuff. So you have to be like position yourself in a very well mannered way. We'll talk about it a few minutes later, that how I can actually like guide you on that. Okay, so some things like work very important on from optimization point of view, because let's see, when I think maybe everyone has their separate perspectives, but I, being an Upwork expert, I have noticed that each and every segment of your profile is equally important. Some people like, they are like, okay, we'll just change our title, we'll go for our overview, or maybe a further one or two sections of the profile, and that's it. No, that's not it's gonna work. Every section has a purpose, and every section is on the same platform, and same platform has the same algo. So you have to follow that algorithm. uh, there are, but among that sections of the profile, there are certain things that really work very well. For example, the title optimization. If you just go generically, or you write like I am expert in this and that, and a very generic title, it's not going to work. You have to go, whenever I extract the keywords, uh, I usually split up into three categories: the main keywords, medium keywords, and niche specific keywords. So what I ideally do, I just make my title a very specific. Definitely we have to go it under 70 characters, but I don't go for niche specific characters, keywords. I don't go for any generic wording, uh, anything. Like, I don't have the words in my mind, which I often find while auditing the profiles of people. So what I do, basically, this is the perfect pattern, like you guys can even note it down. This is working a lot. That go for only one to two main keywords, in a profile, and if necessary, then only one medium ranked keyword. That's all. No niche specific keyword, nothing else. And this, the title alone, I think, grabs like 60 to 70% of your algo up and scale up your profile if it's optimized really well. Okay, and when it comes to the overview structure, you we have like general profile. We can categorize it into specialized profile. So you shouldn't go like having one domain over the general profile and then splitting maybe another domain in the specialized profile. It's not gonna work like that. What you have to do is you have to position yourself completely what service you are giving in the general profile. Then yes, you can split up from there to one sections up to the specialized profile. Let's say I am handling the profile that have the full stack with AI integration profile, and what I can do right now is I will list up all the services for the full stack and AI which I am going to give in the general profile, and then I can like figure it out into specialized profile, maybe one for full stack which is the man, and second for AI integration. So if a client is specifically looking for only the man, not AI, I can go for the specialized profile. In overviews, what should you cover? Basically, this is a very specific formula. You don't have to tell I am a dedicated professional with this years of experience. You cannot go for that. It's not in your proposals, not in your overviews. What you do, like you should elaborate who you help. If that person is on your profile, he will definitely get your attention. Then what problems you can exactly solve? IT, again, I would say, is a very vast thing. You cannot like say I am a professional in this and I can do everything related to that. You have to specific about it, that whom you help, and what exactly problems can you solve, what tools you use. Then write some mini case studies in the overviews, some proofs, some results that you have worked on previously this, and like it gained that much results and all that stuff. And yes, CTA, very important in overviews, very important in portfolio. Just let go. It's not the time for that. CTAs like let's connect, looking forward to it. No, I'm not saying this is wrong, but this basically this is too generic in this era. You have to write any CTA which can like develop a curiosity in the client that I should connect to this guy. For example, uh, share the link of your website and I will audit and let you know the roadmaps which we can follow to do this, whatever the domain you are giving. Like anything that can develop a curiosity, he will like it will trigger the client to at least contact to you. So this is something very important, and I think this is something like people most of the time neglect when it comes to the CTAs. Okay, so the next thing I would like to cover is what clients care in your profile, like what clients care about. First of all, they are not interested in what is your degree. They are not interested if you have any certifications. Yeah, in some cases they are, but not generically. They are not interested in any of the stuff that is related to you. So your profile overview should not revolve around you. It should be solution oriented. It should be client centric. Client should know that okay, this guy is for me. He can directly solve my issue. uh you can like tell also in the overviews, or even through any way that client will come and he will say okay, this person is available in my time zone. Like you can specifically mention these lines in over your profile, that if you want to target, let's say, USA clients, so you can mention in your profile that okay, I am available in the US time zones in this and this slots, so that client will get attraction. Okay, this guy is will be available for me whenever, if I even start my contract with him, he will be available for me. So these are some of the things that are very crucial from client side. And whenever, it's a pro tip, whenever you position yourself in the profile, you like have to be very specific from client's angle, because you are creating all the profile definitely for projects for the clients. And so you have to think from the client's angle that what exactly can trigger them, what exactly can create a risky factor in their mind, what can make my system very smooth. So all everything should be like that. Okay, when it comes to proposal, so you know there are many AI tools for that. Even there are many apps for that now. You can just simply copy paste your job and that's it, you get a very generically AI written proposal. I would never recommend any apps, anything. Yes, I recommend the use of AI. The reason is that this is the era of AI. You can use AI, you can like take help of AI, you can even help directly drafting the AI, but not generically. I have like literally started uploading on my LinkedIn a series on how to use AI, so you guys can even check on that. So what I basically do that I engineer my AI, my even ChatGPT, Claude, whatever you are using, we engineer that. How we engineer that? Basically, we train the model according to our requirements. We give proper prompts. We give like, okay, we want the hook like this. You can give me options in this. For example, first of all, elaborate what's the pain point of the client. Understand the client psychology. For example, a client has written like 8 to 10 lines in the job proposal. That's it, a simple passage. And you are writing like an essay, a detailed 1,000+ words proposal in that. Client will not be interested. Why? Is your proposal not strong? No. Is your portfolio not strong? No. Because you have to understand the clients are human and every human has some basic psychologies. We have to treat them according to their psyche. If a person is writing low, smaller, he will not prefer very long texts. If a person is going into very much elaborations, you can say a long passages for the job post, okay, you cannot satisfy him in just 2 lines. So there are certain factors which we first of all have to understand before writing the proposal. Then you have to go for the client hiring history. Okay, there is something roaming around in social media right now very much that if, for example, if the client is new, no hiring rate, we should not go with that. I don't agree with that. First of all, yes, they are the 50-50 chance. If you are having a scratch profile, if you are new to Upwork, then you should go and try to get the chance from new clients as well. The reason is that it's some sort of 50-50 chance for them. Yes, if your profile is very much grown, you don't want to take a risk, okay, don't go to the new clients. But in case you have a scratch profile, then you have to definitely follow certain strategies. You have zero earnings, you have zero JSS, you don't have any portfolio to show properly, and no badge, nothing, and you are just trying to hit upon the very high ticket client in the very first month. It's not a strategy. Whenever I start a scratch profile, what I do, I optimize it very well. Even like in this January, I optimized 2 profiles, and both are like now ranking on the first page on Upwork on certain keywords. We have even started getting invites on that. We have like literally closed 2 to 3 orders per profile, and 6 to 7 interviews are completely active right now. How? Because I am going in a very strategic manner, in a mediocre way. I'm not saying that I just started my profile and just within this month I'm going to be a millionaire over Upwork. Everything, every business takes time. You have to understand this. Like, this is a pro tip. Write it, keep it in your mind. Don't be very, in a hustle position every time. If you start a business, you should understand that first quarter period of the business is always the investment and patience phase, in which you apply various strategies. You see what's working for you, what's not, and then in the second quarter, it's the time for a best ROI, and so on. It keeps on growing and growing, but with the right strategies. On Upwork, there are connects. You of course, not every person wants to, not anyone even wants to waste their connects. So if you have some expert advices before starting on Upwork, definitely you are gonna be like something amazing. You're gonna be like using your connects from the very first day very strategically. So I always advise that if you are on very new to Upwork, don't just go and uh, just try it on your own without having any guidance. There are certain experts, there are certain mentors. You can go take help from them. You can have certain videos on YouTube, you can like have guidance from your seniors, but don't do that, because your money is very important. Because it's because of the money you are like trying hard on here and there and all that stuff. So use it strategically, use your connects very strategically, optimize your profiles, and then learn how to bid. Okay, coming to the bidding. First thing I told you, understand the client psyche. You don't have to like treat every client the same way. Understand what the client is looking for. Extract the pain point out of it. If you know that client is, for example, let me tell you how. If you know that client is very much being touchy on getting urgent work, okay, show urgency that you can do it in this zone. This is the pain point. For example, if client is not concerned with the time duration, but he is emphasizing it again and again that I want the person who has the relevant portfolio or everything, start your proposal with the portfolio. He will know, okay, you have already done that work, so on. This is basically a very game changer thing, that you understand what the client is looking for. Then go for the client history. There is a thing which I forgot. I started this a few minutes back, that it's roaming on social media right now, that if the client has like maybe less than 50% hiring rate, you should not go like that. No, nothing like that. That's a complete study. Hiring rate, spending, and reviews matters a lot. For example, if a client is very new to Upwork, maybe a few months, and he has just posted 5 to 10 jobs, and among them the hiring rate is 35 to 40%. So calculatively, he is not a very red flag unless the reviews he got from the freelancers are very good. So it means he is in the initial phases. Out of the 10, if he is getting 35% view ratio, hiring ratio, then okay, he's not that much bad. You can give it a try if you are in the initial phases of your Upwork journey. However, if the client is like has been from years on Upwork and he has posted like 200, 300 jobs and still his hiring rate is 20%, 30%, okay, don't go for him. Mostly these clients have like bad reviews if you go to the freelancer section. Mostly they may be acting as red flags in various ways for the freelancers. So when you go for these two aspects, the third part is activity on the job, which you see with before sending the proposal. In activity, you usually see that how many proposals client has get till yet, how many invites has he sent, how many people are he be in interview, and what is the last the last viewed by client. Some clients have turned it on, some have turned it off. If it's on, it's very good because you can get an idea roughly that, okay, this client is roundabout now available on Upwork. So if I send the proposal right now, it will be definitely available to check. Second thing, if the client has sent the invites, I would suggest don't waste your connects on sending the proposal. Look, there are thousands, millions of people giving IT services or any service on Upwork. So what's concerning is that if the client has already chosen maybe 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 20, whatever people, he has already sent the invites, and definitely he's gonna pick from over there. Yeah, it's not always 100% tested, but in 90% plus cases, it's completely like, testified that client will only select the freelancer from that sent invites. So don't go for the proposals over there. Yeah, if the invites haven't sent, you can send the proposal. If the spending and hiring ratio is good, which I have already told you how to calculate, if the job is completely well aligned, if the budget is according to that, don't overprice yourself if you are in the starting journey, but don't underprice yourself. Keep it in the very mediocre range so that client can know, okay, he is giving a very reasonable amount because he is very new to Upwork, but at the same time, he is not like very giving too low prices, so that he cannot even judge if the person is giving very authentic or good work or not. Because sometimes when you like lower down your prices a lot, then what client think, this person is not a very pro in his field. He will think that, okay, he will charge less, very less, and ultimately the work will not be up to the mark. So this is basically another client psyche point which I wanted to cover very badly, because people do a lot. Whenever I audit the profiles, I often see they are like giving maybe AI integration services, and their hiring rate is the charge rate is $5 per hour. It's not worth it. Client will not, in one case he will not consider you, in second case he will definitely torture you a lot. So don't like not overprice it, don't lower your prices a lot. Okay, some common mistakes that people think that is very okay when you go for a book, but when I audit the profiles, I have seen it a lot, so I really want to address that. First of all, people are like, there should be a certain specific number of the bids that you should send per day. Cross, wrong. It's not like that. It's varied from even day to day. Sometimes, even on the very high market time, you sit up on your workplace, you open your laptop and you check, okay, I'm getting this good job, this one, this one, this one. Okay, go for among the best which you think your profile is aligned with, and yes, you can get bid on that. If you are bidding on one, two, three, four, okay, it's completely fine. But it's not like you can get exactly the same number of good jobs even tomorrow, even the day after tomorrow, and so on. So, first of all, please don't keep any number in your mind that if you will bid on such numbers, A, X, Y, Z numbers on your profile, it will rank a lot. No, it's not like that. Even if you do one bid per day, do it strategically, do its best, make best hooks out of it. Just write down the structure which I follow. Best hook can be the pain point. It should be something that can develop curiosity in the client. It should be something that client understand that he is a human, he is like talking to me directly, he is addressing my pain. You can take help of AI, no shame in that, nothing wrong in that. But what you will do, don't write generic proposals, don't give AI generic prompts. Give him proper structure, give AI proper structure, that write the hooks like this, then a very to the point body containing your portfolio, containing the solution of the client's problem, and then a CTA, which I already told, it's something should be curiosity developing. And then definitely the best regards or any best wishes and your name. This should be a very, very, very workable structure. You should give this prompt to your AI and engineer it on it, like train it on it. And in no time, he will, like, whenever you will just post the job, and about 70 to 80% you will get exactly the same draft you were looking for. But again, humanize it, add your own thoughts on it, make the final draft completely like no one can judge it's written by AI. AI is not wrong, but using thoughts of AI while doing your work is wrong. You should like train your AI on your thoughts, and then yes, what it's giving you, it's completely okay. It's perfect, in fact. Okay. Another problem is you guys like me mostly when I audit, people like keep ignoring the keywords. Let me tell you briefly how can you extract the keywords. You can even take help of AI. There are certain even softwares for that. And the best part is go in the talent bar, search your niche, and pick up the best profiles you think they are. Check, they definitely should have been like using a certain number of specific keywords that can help you a lot in ranking. The first 200 characters of your general profile helps a lot in ranking you. So basically this is how we make certain things very good in optimization. When it comes to portfolio section of your profile, I have noticed a lot people like literally just ignore this section. Please don't ignore it. There are things that in the portfolio section can matter a lot. Number one, your title. It should be as keyword integrated as your overview's title. Please make it industry specific. Use the main keyword over there. Then it comes to the description, project description. It should be under 600 characters. It should have main and medium keywords. Then go for the skills and deliverable section. We have the options to write 5 tags over there. Don't go for 3, 4, write all 5 tags. Then the pictures you post about your work, write one-liner captions for each. The captions which we usually use under the pictures. I think maybe if I have audited 100 profiles, 70 out of it have no captions. Picture captions also play a very good role in optimization. So this is the fourth part of profile portfolio, which we optimize. So we use one-liner captions, which contain somehow keywords, and we integrate it below the pictures. And the final part is a case study. When you upload the pictures, there is an option of a text. Go over there, write a detailed case study. Yeah, you can take help of AI. A complete case study. What was the overview of the project? What problems you faced, how you solved it, what tech stack you used, what results you got, everything in the case study. And then it will be a completely optimized portfolio section. Coming up to certification section, optimize it. Coming up to others experience section, optimize it. Like, try to naturally integrate each and every relevant keyword into your profile, because this is how algorithm will pick up your profile. Last but not the least, I would say that if anyone is like feeling very fearful right now, if he's in the very starting part of the journey on Upwork, or if he hasn't even started, just planning, so I would want to give you advice. Don't be fearful. This is something too easy, but it's something like a maths. You know the formula, you can solve any question exactly like this. If you know the algorithm, you can solve this. Okay, so take expert advices. First of all, take like completely prepare your notes, how to optimize, how to build each and everything, and then give it a try. And I am damn sure you can even secure the projects over the first month. I have done this. Even when we optimize the profile, within 1 month we start getting invites, we start getting best profile views, even 50, 60 plus profile views per week. We start getting invitations. Okay, we start getting orders from direct messages even. So don't don't be fearful, just go for it, and all the very best to everyone. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for that session, Zainab. I personally I learned a lot from that session, and then I believe we'll have a little conversation. I have a couple of questions on my end, and I did summarize a couple of things that we'll talk about. So I believe we all took a lot away from this session. If you are looking to apply to this freelancing website, she has mentioned that they all share the same algorithm, and I can testify to that. I believe they all use time decay in the algorithm, so they work almost same way. But I believe Upwork is the most popular of them all. So if you're looking to apply to Upwork as a beginner, and you can take a couple of points away from the session we just had. So I'll just be giving us a couple of points I got from my end before we jump into the read panel session. So she mentioned that all sections are very important when you are setting up your profile, and she has hammered on adding keywords to whatever section that you are working on, most especially, I believe, the case study session and the certificate session and the portfolio session. And then she also mentioned picture session when you are adding up captions. I wasn't aware about optimizing the picture section because I also have an Upwork profile. It's been a while I use Upwork anyways. Maybe I'll jump into it after this session and experiment the things and use the numbers sort of day. So while you are setting up your profile, focus on your title, focus on every part of the section, but most especially the points where you are going to be adding keywords. So it's the keywords that the algorithm searches for when someone is trying to get a job, probably an IT support job, but they're looking for someone out there to work on their system remotely. They look for specific keywords. There's those keywords that I would bring your profile from whatever it is. If you're using generic words, definitely you will not be seen. But when you use these keywords, the probability of your profile coming up, popping up on that individual screen is significantly higher. So sections are your title, your description, your skills, deliverables, your pictures, your portfolio, your case study, and your certification session. I believe we have a question on this certification part. So before I ask a couple of questions on my end. I'll start from this question. And someone asks it. He says, "This is to Zeno. What's your advice for entry level IT professionals without certificates yet?" So I'll answer this in two ways. Number one, if you are trying to apply on this um, website, or if you are trying to get jobs physically. So for the online part, Zeno, take that question and then I'll respond for the physical session. So Zeno, please over to you. Can you respond to that question?
Okay, so just wait a minute, please.
Yeah.
Okay, Torit. Okay, can you please repeat your question? It was a bit confusing for me, so I can respond properly.
Okay, please check it. Check it.
Okay, I have just checked. Okay, any advice for entry level IT professionals without certificates yet? Mm, I will advise you, don't bother it that much. Okay, certificates are very good. you can go for that, you should go for that. But in the very starting of your career, sometimes you don't even have proper portfolios, you don't even have certificates. Not a big deal. You can like skip that part for now, because right now what we are looking for is that you cannot wait for you to grow on a certain platform just because you don't have any particular certificate. If you have the skill, go for it. Okay, if this is something a hurdle between you and a very high ticket client, leave it for now. Go for mediocre level projects, improve your skills, and at the same time you can carry on having the certificate and so on. This is not something that can literally just stop you from uh, being starting your career. So not a very big deal, not a very big hurdle.
All right, thank you so much for that. Like I always tell um, individuals out there, I don't believe strongly in just certificates because the way the world is moving now, they want to know what you have done basically. They don't want to know how many certificates you've been able to compile. Now, certificates are important because they give you that knowledge, they give you that know-how, you understand, get basics, get the theoretical part of things, and you get to experiment also a couple of times. But the bulk of the work is when you put what you've learned to practice. I believe in this line of our careers, the more we practice, the more we work, the more we get that experience, the more we make mistakes. And it's not just by doing the certificate. I have a couple of certificates for. I love doing projects all the time, personal projects. I love doing those things because they help me sharpen my skills. So if you're an entry level IT support officer and you don't have certificates yet, that's fine. You can start by just experimenting on projects because evidently you have to put something down on your profile that you have done. You can't just say you are an IT support officer or you're an IT officer. You can't just say that generically and then you expect someone to give you a job. And even if you're looking for mediocre jobs, try and do a couple of things on your end and then put it down there that, oh, I've done this, I've done that, these are the results, and then you can apply me um, for whatever you need and then I'll get it done. So people look at that and say, okay, it's good to go. So that's for the online part. For the physical part, same thing also. When you are applying for jobs and you're just entering this career like an entry level officer, same thing goes for that. Try and do personal projects. You can just even go on probably all these LLMs like maybe ChatGPT. Let's tell you to list out a couple of projects that you can do. You can even get like 5, 6 projects done in a week if you're actually up to the task because you're serious about it. And then this project you can put it down in your CV. You'll be surprised the rate at which you get responses when you apply for jobs. You'll be surprised at that. So that's what I'll just tell you. So don't just put your mind that, oh, I need to get certificates or I don't have certificates. Trust me, it's not really a limitation. Just get jobs, get projects done on your path. It will give you the experience to sharpen your skill, and then you see the difference when you apply for this thing. So thank you so much for that response, enough. So the next question is from your experience building and scaling profiles, what exactly do you recommend for someone trying to land their best job on Upwork?
Okay, this is something a very common question because I've been dealing with this a lot because and that's the reason I started back since like a few months. I started doing my giving a mentorship plan to the new people because they are really very confused. And the reason they are confused, I think, because for example, if you're on LinkedIn, you are seeing a lot of success stories, and maybe some people are like, okay, I tried for this and this months and I couldn't get anything, now I this. So they are already full of fear when it comes to the starting. This is something very common, and I would answer it very honestly. For a scratch profile, the same strategy is applied, only you have to consider a few things. That don't rush towards just sending the proposals. As I elaborated earlier, you're starting a new setup, you're starting your business, treat it as your business. You have to identify what exact skill you are going to put into it, optimize everything of your profile, take time, don't rush, don't like, it will not pass over the years and years, it will take some days. Don't rush over it. have like complete every section of your profile fully optimized, make proper like design segments of the portfolio properly, make it a very very appealing profile, and then go for bidding. What we should go for bidding specifically on the scratch profile, which I already elaborated, it works a lot. When even I start like collaborating with the startups, and even when I mentor people who are like on the very starting phase of the Upwork, don't hunt, don't be like, I would use a word, don't be like in a hustle, please. It's not like that you can just create, you have just created a profile. Look, you are sending a proposal. Client has already, for example, a client has received 50 proposals. 10 out of them may be the top rated plus freelancers. 20 out of them may be the top rated freelancers. The remaining 10, maybe 5 having rising talent badge, maybe 5 having no badge. Look, sometimes client who is very high paying, he has certain standards, and it's very normal. It's something, it can't be like that a client is paying that much higher and he will give a chance to someone who has just created the profile, no badge, no earning, no JSS, nothing. It will not work like that. So I would never recommend to even bid on, even give a try to those clients that are very well high paying, very well high paying. And because even if you are writing the best proposal, they have the proposals from the top rated plus people, top rated people, so definitely they will choose out of it. Okay, so make it slowly. I will not like speak a lie, I am honestly telling, I have grown a lot of trash profiles, and I can surely tell you that within 1 month you will start getting your optimization results. As I already told, this January, we started 2 profiles from scratch, closed already two or three orders on each of the profile. We are getting literally 50, 60 plus views in the last 7 days. We have already starting getting invitations. I'm not saying this can be same as PD as I'm going to tell. It's not always same. Okay. But within a month, you will start getting visible results, which will gradually increase and so on. So nothing to rush about. Second thing, first 3 months on a profile that has been started on scratch, it this is the era which you have to give to yourself, to your profile, to slowly grow. Every scratch profile at least needs 3 months to make it on that much good go that you can set up the targets. Okay, for example, sometimes people reach out to me with a very different mindset. I would say it is not a business mindset. You are just starting up a career, you are just gonna be making a company or maybe your individual freelancer profile, and the first ask question they ask, okay, if I optimize, if I bid, how much revenue can I generate in the first month? This is something unpredictable. This is something like too childish. It's not like that. This question is even invalid. It's the strategy behind it. Some people think I am saying this because we cannot secure any project in the first month. No, I have secured on my own. The reason is that we cannot set up any targets. We cannot predict anything within not only first month, within 3 months. Yes, after 3 months, your profile, I bet if you follow all the rules that I am telling you, if you like take best, give your profile your best. Within 3 months, your profile will be on that much level that now you can set up the targets that I have to achieve this much ROI, this much dollars in per month, per week, and so on. And yes, you will get it, but don't rush it over the first month, even first 3 months.
All right. Thank you very much for that. So essentially, what you're saying is, when can one get their first job? Is it should they be looking at the first month, the second month, or the third month?
Okay, should we move towards the next question?
Yeah, no, I said, so essentially, are you saying that they should get their, when should they expect to get their first job while following your rules and all that? Should they be looking at the first month, the second month, or the third month, or after the 3 months?
Yeah. First month, just wait for, try your best, give your best, and wait for the optimization results to be visible, because it takes about some weeks for the algorithm to detect your profile, to make it rank if it's done well. And then when you will bid, client will see that this profile is highly aligned with what I am expecting, and then definitely it's gonna be like It's gonna be rocking. Even let me tell you a very recent experience of mine. I just optimized a profile in October. It was a dead profile. Dead profile means it has done some of the work a few years back, but till then it was completely off. And in November, I was successful in securing three projects. Okay, out of these three, out of these three, two were hourly based projects, and among that, one project is still going on. It's like 2,500 pounds per month, and it's of 1.5 year project. So whenever I say that don't expect anything in 3 months, it doesn't mean that you cannot get anything in 3 months. Like if I can secure three projects in the second month of the profile, and among that one is like giving you dollars because it's like 1.5 year project, then you can also go for it. But just be relaxed, don't panic on that, don't like think on that you okay, I definitely have to like hit this target in this month and this month. You should give yourself a little bit pressure, but after your profile is well grown, like maybe after 3 months.
All right, thank you. So you heard it, guys. When you are applying, let the algorithm pick up your profile. So whatever keywords you are using, let the algorithm pick up your profile. It might take time for when you consistently stay on the platform and keep on sharpening your profile, definitely get a job. So the next question goes like this. When you talk about client psychology, what are the best emotional triggers that influence what the client clicks, basically? I know you spoke about psychology earlier and then how the things. So from your experience, what I want to know the mind of the client now. So what are those things that they want to know from your experience when you have conversations with clients? What are they looking out for? What do they want to see when they're trying to pick a proposal from a freelancer?
Okay, well, that's really I think a very very good question. So the biggest emotional triggers that I think that can make a client click, that you're making him confused, it can be, I think, three things: clarity, relevance, and risk reduction. I think what I meant by clarity is, first of all, if your title, if your first lines of the overviews of the proposal are highly relevant to exactly what they are looking for, they are addressing their problem, it is giving a bit solution, it's developing curiosity among them. Okay, client will be a bit triggered that okay, let's make a at least talk to this freelancer. If not hire, at least talk to this. Reason, your proposal, your profile is very well aligned, is clearly well aligned to what he is seeking for. Number one. Okay. Number two, I think it's relevance. Uh, I think that clients are human beings. Even if you go to anywhere, if you need anything, if you even want to buy a dress, you already have a particular structure in your mind. You want Western, you want Eastern. For example, if I do hijab, I will say, okay, I want a hijab with this particular dress, and it should be like this, and this. Okay, you already have a structure in your mind. You don't go and explore each and every shop in detail. You just go, you check, okay, they have a hijab section, you can go over there, and then you can find over if it's matching with your outfit or not. Same is the case with the client. For example, clients click when they see something that matches their situation specifically, not a generic pitch, so they will reach out to you. Third thing is, you have to like reduce the risk factor in clients. Hiring is something emotional. They are thinking that, will this person be worth it of my money which I am going to give him? Will this person be worth it of the time I am planning to complete, to my project to be completed in this? So when your proposal feels specific, when it feels confident, it feels solution or focused, then definitely it reduces risk, it reduces the fear among clients, and that's, I think, what drives the click, at least, to your proposal.
All right, thank you. That was a beautiful response. So definitely what you're saying essentially is let the client feel you have what it takes to do the job by just taking a glance at your proposal and your profile. Let him see that, oh, you have what it takes to do the job, and you're not beating around the bush, basically. So yes. All right. So I believe that answered that question. We are out of time a bit, but I'll just be taking one more question before we summarize this session. Um, okay. So what does a good profile look like? Let me just summarize this question. What does a good profile look like? Because you mentioned a couple of things about, putting your profile well enough to be viewed twice by the hirer. So what exactly does a good profile look like from your experience? What gets the job done?
Okay. That's also a very brilliant question. The reason is that whenever I audit the profiles of people, I found it a lot. They are being like created like a CV, a resume. I am this, I have done this, I have this degree, I can solve this. What exactly these people do? There can be two factors. Two freelancers do this, two type of freelancers do this. One who is fearful of writing, who is fearful of representing himself because of the lack of the experience. Second, the person who is like lazy, to be very honest, he has already created a template, he just fits a few things from that specific job to that proposal, and okay, go on, they go with that. So what how profile overview should be, or how your overall profile should be, it's exactly how your proposal should be. First thing, you should have the best test title, as I told you, because you will be searched by your title. If your title say I am a dedicated this, dedicated is not a keyword, don't use it. Like people do this, I am expert this, don't do this. Exactly right, what you are, what your specification is, what your specialization is in. Okay, you are searchable. First exam is clear. Point number two, the opening, the hook. Same goes for proposal, same goes for your overview. It should be something like I think maybe a problem driven opening, like it, that one line specifically or immediately speaks to the client's pain point, not your background. As I elaborated earlier, he is not interested in who you are, he is interested how you can help him. So these two are really different things. Your profile or your proposal, both are not your CVs, because you are not applying for a job, you are looking for a project that is good, client is looking for how you can help them. So make it like a salesperson, a sales page, your brand, like, okay, don't give it a CV type look. Most of the time people even write proposals like this: hi, I am a dedicated full stack developer with XYZ years of experience in that. Clients don't see our whole proposal without opening it. They just see a few words. And if in that few words you haven't got their attention, okay, you are failed, even if you have written a lot of philosophy down there.
Wow.
So, third thing is solution clarity. I think like explaining in the overview how you can solve some specific issues and what exact tools you are using that. What it shows that you are exactly clear in your approach. You know that you're breaking it down. That if you have any issue like this, I have the solution for this and I will use these tools or these things, or I have relevant portfolio for that. So this should be written in your overview. And when it comes to the relevant portfolio section, I'm not saying it in overview that you write the whole overview of the portfolio you have done. No, some two to three maybe best projects you think are of yours, just to show the results, just to show the proofs. Briefly, in just 2 to 3 lines, write about what the project was about and how, what you did in that, and what's the result. So it will create something that, a very best positive impression towards the client. And finally, again, a CTA, call to action. It should be inviting them to text you, or even maybe invite you, or maybe even respond to your proposal. CTA should not be generic. Stop writing the CTAs like in the proposals, looking forward to it, or even in overviews, let's connect. No, give them a proper statement that here is who I am and how I can help you. So if you are interested, just reach out to me. So it will definitely, make them curious.
All right, thank you for that. So that's basically going straight to the point when you are applying for jobs, and then let them just see that, oh, you are interested in resolving the problem and not hyping yourself, basically. You mentioned something also about being specific on your career, and this is something I want to put out there for support professionals. When you're trying to apply for jobs, like probably 365 jobs or specifically MDM jobs or specific support jobs, um, when you're putting your when you're you know writing out your profile, specify the area you are in tech support. If you're just on the career as a support specialist, put it there that you are a support specialist. If you are a reliability engineer, put it there, oh, I am a reliability engineer. If you are a DevOps support office engineer, put it there, and then you put down things that are specifically related to DevOps support. If you are a network engineer, also put it there specifically so that you don't just generalize the role, because that it gives them this big representation of what you are doing as a support professional. They want to know what exactly are you doing. Are you a jack of all trades, or are you specifically applying to this job because this is something you do? Exactly. So that's something I wanted to mention out there from what she said. So we just have one more question. I think it's not relating to this topic. It says how I don't really understand, but I think it says can we wait? Can we wait for this seminar? I believe probably it's going to ask if we can get this session online on YouTube or something. I don't really get. But yeah, it will be available online. How do we get invitations? I didn't really understand the question, but you can still ask it again. I'll post the responses on the community channel. So thank you so much, everyone, for this session. I believe it was an engaging one, and you learned a lot from this, and I know that you'll be able to um, have your own practical sessions when you leave. Now, I want you to understand that getting jobs on Upwork is not a day's work. It's a full-time job, and to treat it as such, it's also treated as a business too. You um, don't expect the most of it on your first month. When you put in the work in a couple of 2 to 3 months, it could be even be on your first month if you apply um, well enough. For as she has said, she has given the benchmark and she's an expert. So we're looking for 3 months and above, and then you get something from me. So thank you so much, everyone, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you, Zainab, so much for your time, and definitely we'll see you in future webinars.
Most welcome. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.
All right.
Bye bye.